got time to download that week 12. But this just goes into intro first and it goes over how the site's set up here, what files are used and features. But it starts out with saying this online shopping we're making is a basic one. It's very basic, it is, without any sophistication features. It has an admin page we'll look at where you can go as an admin, create your own categories, your own products. You can upload pictures, add price points. And they call this tutorial shopping cart tutorial, but actually they're building an online shop, a really simple one. And then the shopping cart is just part of the shop. But because the term shopping cart is already common to define an online shopping solution, he went ahead and named it PHP MySQL Online Shopping Cart because you're going to be using MySQL as well. Goes into assuming everybody knows something about PHP MySQL, talks about downloading the code, which I've already done that for you. I tweaked the code, by the way, from this site, so it's different than the week 12 I had you download. So after we're going to look at the code in just a second and tweak it and build the tables and PHP but what it's going to do as far as flow is a customer visits a site, he or she browses a page, clicks their way through the categories, views a product, adds it to the shopping cart, that product to a shopping cart, and then checks out. The checkout feature they have in here is through PayPal, COD, I believe is the two they have. And then very, very non-complex. Features, flat shipping cost, no complex shipping calculation. They just have a flat fee on this site. And then PayPal option, well, the pay options is COD, cash on delivery, and PayPal. And he says the reason he picks PayPal is because it provides an excellent resource for developers and it can test the process easily. And that is true. It's fairly easy. That part of it is. The clunky part we were talking about was the interface clunkiness between PayPal and your site. There is a restriction that you can add to this PHP app to basically configure thumbnail width and things like that when they upload. Here's the structure of the site. When you guys download that week 12, that's all the same as it is here on the website. It has a folder called plain cart. Yours is going to say week 12, I think. And then admin. Inside of admin, you've got category, config, include, library, order, product, user, images folder. That's category and product. And that images folder also has a couple dummy pictures in there inside the root folder of images. And then include with a PayPal module here. And then a library. And so the config file we'll play with here in just a second after we create your user account on PHP But this is basically you'll plug in your username, your password, your database name. Done. That's all you've got to do on that one. Category functions. This is for fetching the categories. You don't have to play with that one. Product functions, same deal. It just fetches the functions of the products that are added, that you add. Cart functions, shopping cart specific functions, and then checkout functions, whether they're going to use COD or PayPal. And then a common PHP file, common functions required for the shop and admin pages. And then database.php contains the database abstraction functions. Inside of the, this goes through basically just some of the individual pages. I won't go over all these, but what's in those pages, everything from the header file to the banner that you can change if you want to on the top.php. You can change that banner that's on there right now to whatever you want it to be. What I recommend if you're doing this type of thing, if you're going to use these type of apps, bring the photo, like in that top.php, into like Photoshop, figure out the dimensions, and keep those dimensions as they are, and then create an image with those same dimensions. Does that make sense? Otherwise, you're going to come into some clunkiness as far as the look and feel of it. Shop.css, well, the footer.php actually is modified. There is a modification section you'll see in the admin area where you can modify your name, company name, address, phone number, email, all that good stuff. but it plugs it into the footer. .php page. Shop.css, just a simple CSS style. Left nav is a left navigation of categories and products and things. And then the category list shows all the categories. Product list shows the products. And let's jump on down to this. Include PayPal. This is a configuration file that you're going to need if you wanted to ever use PayPal for the module payment. If you need help with this, if you ever wanted to do this in the future, even after this class, you can email me. I can give you some examples on PayPal I've used in the past that might help if you wanted to try it out. And then I would suggest if you're going to use PayPal, if you're creating it for a company and they want to use it, they don't want to pay Google Pay. You have to pay a little bit more for corporate to use than PayPal. It's a little cheaper to use PayPal as far as a rate. And that's why a lot of times companies, like small businesses, might choose PayPal over Google. Is the rate of commerce is going to be a little higher on Google. But so say they want to use PayPal, I would not don't try this because I've done it before. Initially set it up with a PayPal account of mine when I first started web developing years ago. Don't do that. Always have them set up and it does take a while to verify a PayPal account. Okay, you set up through a business. It takes 3 to 5 days. It might take longer to verify that, but don't feel pressured to use any other PayPal account but the business you're creating it for. Does that make sense? Because even during development, you don't want to plug in your information because something could go wacky or something could go wrong to where your account's compromised. And so don't ever try that.
Also,
I wouldn't recommend it.
You have to read carefully there's different types of business accounts.
Mm-hmm.
And, some of them restrict like how much money you can transfer out of PayPal.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like that. So
yeah.
So you kind of, if you're going to help some business set up, you're going to want to make sure that
read the fine print.
Give them some information, let them set it up.
Right.
They're going to need to know how to get in there anyway.
Exactly. Yeah, the financial person, whoever that person is, can easily go in to PayPal site, set up their account. Because what it does is to verify through their bank that they actually have a bank account, a checking account. For businesses that might do some type of credit check, I don't know. But I know they have to verify that they have a bank account. It takes 2-3 days to verify that. Then say they're a 501c3 organization, which I've had to set up a few that way using PayPal. It's a different form for that. So let the financial, I do agree with that. Let the financial people do that. That's going to save you a lot of headaches. Then once it's all set up and confirmed, then you can go in and begin the process of plugging it into a website.
They almost always resist it, but like they just want you to do it for them.
Exactly, they do. Yes.
They're going to have to get their butt in there and learn it.
Yeah. Exactly.
There's no way around it.
Yeah. Well, just tell them what I've done in the past. I tell people when anything has to do with finances, it's not mine. I say I just do not feel comfortable doing that, and that's why I don't want to do it. It's not because I couldn't do it. I could, but I don't feel comfortable doing it. And it's your finances, and if anything goes wrong, I don't want to, be liable for that. Yeah, I'll be liable for that. And so please, if you would, take care of it. And normally they will. If they want the site, they'll wait a few days and do them. Now, I have had to hold their hand sometimes, help them along, but that's fine. That's normal. That's fine. But as long as you're not touching stuff, that's good on the financial part. Believe me. So PayPal does work well, and they use it in here if you want to. We're not going to use it for this take home, but it's something you can look at. The requirements for this is Apache 2, PHP 4.3 or higher. It works we have 5 on these machines. They work fine. I tried it. And then 4 or higher on MySQL. Database configurations. We will need to modify the config.php in just a second. Well, I'll take it back. We won't if we set up the local, as I did during the lab, we should be fine. Because I think I already set up that config.php file to have user Web290, password Web290, and database Web290, I believe. But we'll look at that in a second. This extension, PHP, GD2.dll is only found in PHP 4. You're not going to find this in PHP 5 or higher. So don't pay attention to that because it's going to work all right. I've already tried it and it works fine without it. PHP 5 uses a different graphical GD support. Direct graphical GD. GD just basically stands for how it deals with images and writes to images on an Apache web server.
Does it have some features like with Facebook where you go to upload like what your baby pictures are 5,000 by 8,000 pixels?
Right.
You load them up and it automatically.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and you can config that. There's a config file just for image width that you'll see. There's a config file, config.php, I think it is, that you can configure your width that you want it to be converted to. Whatever that width might be coming in, it'll convert it to whatever width you want it to be on the website. Okay, so that's it in a nutshell as far as the website goes. As far as getting started, did everybody get week 12 downloaded? Okay, next thing we need to do is in MAMP, we need to go to PHPMyAdmin. Now I'm going to walk this through with you. We did this last week on PHPMyAdmin. We need to go into PHPMyAdmin on MAMP. I'm on XAMPP, but it looks pretty similar. First of all, we need to create a brand new user. Does everybody remember where we need to go to first on that? There you go. Let's go back to the beginning here. Excuse me. So in your privileges button, which I think your guys is on the bottom on MAMP, mine's on the top, we need to add a new user. And the user's name is going to be Web290 is the user's name. Password Web290, and remember, host is localhost. So Web290, localhost, password Web290. Go ahead and create that real quick in MAMP. And lowercase on web. So this is our database user. And after we create the database user, we're going to have to create a database Web290 as well. All right, everybody get a user created for Web290. Now once you've done that, go ahead and click on the database link, and you're going to create a database called Web290. Leave it at coalition, and click OK or go. Whatever's there should be create, I believe, in MAMP.
The database, not a database table, right?
Database is what we're creating. Yeah, database Web290. Yeah, we're going to actually bring in a SQL script in a second to make all the table stores.
Oh, I'm just gonna say, that setup one, it says like it's successful, but it doesn't, what I'm not online, it doesn't actually take us something like that.
On which one? Which one are you talking about?
We do
Last week?
10,
Okay, I can help you with it after this.
so it says it's successful, and,
Yeah.
but then I go in and actually open the tables and it makes tables, so.
Okay,
there's
I can look at it for you before we leave.
And that's the two are, it's only along one database.
Yes.
You're just to add that to the same one.
Right, yeah, you can tweak it to add it to the same database if you wanted to.
And then,
You have the database already exists, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's one reason I wanted to have a separate site, is I don't have to have a unique database just for the final site.
Yeah, you would want to reply on that, right? Or I replied to you on that
you
different
can't-
site?
Yeah, line domains.
And that one I replied to you at actually is pretty good.
Yeah, and
I
actually, I
don't know
think
if you
I
tried
already
it.
created one on there.
Did you?
before
Okay.
set, But I was having problems with the interface on it. Like,
Oh, were you?
It wasn't nearly as good, I didn't think, as far as, I don't know, setting things up in that.
Yeah,
Like the root folder was kind of weird.
it's not as robust. It
Yeah.
definitely isn't. Yeah, it's been around longer, but it's not as robust.
They give you a lot more storage though, too, I think.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't think you have to worry about it pooping out in a week like the other one. So did everybody get the database created, Web290? Okay, so what we're going to do now is In that download folder of week 12, there was a file called planecard.sql, I believe. Yeah, planecard.sql. Let's go ahead and open that file up. It should look like this on the overhead when you open it. Just kind of look at me when you get that done and I'll know you're ready. What we're going to do with this is we're going to copy this text and then we're going to go into PHP by admin and load it in the SQL command and run it for Web290 database. Now, everybody have it opened? Okay, I'll do it with you here on the overhead, so I've already cleared out mine, so we're good to go. All you need to do is inside this file, let's go ahead and do on the Mac, Command A or Control A, Command A. Command A will copy everything or select everything. Then Command C will copy it. So Command A select all, Command C copy it. And then we want to go back to PHPMyAdmin. And we need to go into the Web290 database. So you'll need to click on Databases, then Web290, and then you guys should have a link in there called SQL. And it should look something like mine when you're done. It should say Server Localhost, Database Web290, and then a SQL box. Does everybody see that? And what we're going to do is that code that we just copied, we're going to paste inside of this query window. So Command V to paste it. And what it's going to do at the very top of this code, we'll just look at the top down here real quick. Creates a database if it doesn't exist called Web290, which it does. And then it creates a number of tables needed for this to function, all the way down from table categories to table user. It does create two users in the users table, one called admin with admin password, webmaster with webmaster password, I believe. After you've pasted that in the Run SQL Query box, go ahead and click Go. And then you should see the tables created.